What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Noob, and I've got a question. God damn, how much plot do you need, girl? Folks, I'm here to tell you about a manga that I've come across that has recently come out. The first volume is apparently on sale now, and they've already started putting out the second chapter, or volume of this series. It is called, Did You Know That a Playboy Can Change His Job to a Sage? This is a fantasy adventure manga where the main character may have a partner with too much plot to handle. Your main character is known as the Playboy Dylan, and he is a jester. Someone who supports the party, does magic tricks and such to distract the enemy's buff. He's basically a caster who improves the stats. In this story, he was once part of the heroes group that went to go destroy the Demon King. In the process of failing and always saving the heroes, he not only gets fired, but he actually pretty much quits because he's tired of them blaming him because as a jester playboy, they don't take him seriously. Basically, each one of these heroes is... Think of an online game player. You could have a group of people, but most of them are playing for themselves. Barely do you have any team effort, and that's kind of what happens to that group. So he's kind of glad to be gone. But he is tired of being a jester because a lot of people think of him as a playboy, especially since a jester comes with a side effect of having etchy situations happen to him. So he wants to change it. And apparently, when you became a level 99 jester, you are allowed to change your job to a great sage. Now, this is the basic plot, and you might be wondering, Noob, that's great and all that, but where is this big titty girl that you just showed us? Let me explain. One day, when he's back in town, he gets approached by this girl. She apparently saw him performing some magic arts because as a jester, he loves to be in front of a crowd. He loves to show off. And you could tell she kind of fell in love with him. But she doesn't tell him up front, and she asks to join a party. He doesn't want to join because he's kind of tired of parties. He doesn't want to do anything, so blah, blah, blah. He says no. But later on that day, he notices this girl walking off with a couple strange people. And you can just tell by the look of them, they've got that classic, we're the thugs, we're the people you'll meet in the back of the street kind of look, so he follows them. And of course catches them trying to basically make her sign a slave contract. He saves her and then decides to join up with her. Now Tina is a level 10 tank. She's quite good with her working abilities. She can block anything. She's good with attack. She's actually quite good as an adventurer. The only problem is she is plot heavy to the point where not many people make clothes for her, so she tends to hold back a bit. In this manga, Tina and Dylan group up and eventually go, and he changes his job. He becomes a level 1 sage, and they go traveling through the dungeon. It's basically one of those tower dungeon kind of things you've seen in games. But in the process of doing it, he notices something kind of strange. His power is way too strong for a level 1. Now, as I was reading it, I think it's because he has made kind of a repertoire with spirits and gods and stuff, because you'll notice it throughout this manga. He'll summon spiritual people to help make concerts to distract enemies. He'll summon a fairy that destroys monsters. When he goes change his job, he meets with the goddess who will help change him. And you can see in each meeting, each one of these people, be it boy or girl, because some of the spirits are males, really like him. And he really does well with him. So I'm guessing the goddess maybe made him a little OP. No, I wouldn't say it's not a very ecchi manga. It does have its moments. Yes, there are sometimes you see some naked boobies, but it's actually a comedy. I kind of like it, especially since she's not going to be the only Tego Bitty girl in there. The latest chapters that came out, which I believe are going to be volume 2, you now get introduced to a thief beast folk. I believe she's cat because she does the nya and she has the cat ears and the tail, but she is plot heavy as well. Basically, these two short girls didn't gain height, they gained plot, and you could tell that both of them like him, even though as a main character he's oblivious to it. kind of find this manga funny because, let's face it, when you see plot in that size, it's usually from some off-brand anime. But luckily, doesn't look like it's going to go down that route. He is trying to just do his job. He does at one point want to go back and defeat the Demon King. He kind of looks like he wanted to do it on his own, but now he's got some people who are going to be fun to be around with. I can't wait to read more of this. It's a silly, goofy one. If you're hoping to find something, super serious, I would stay away from this. But if you want a little ecchi fantasy adventure with a little bit of funny, silly, oops moments, I'd give this one a shot. Anyways, folks, that's today's little manga that I'm going to talk about today. What do you think? Do you think the two females might be a little too plot heavy? Do you think our playboy, ex-jester, new sage might be way OP? Let me know in the comments below. Also in the comments below, if there's a manga that reminds you of this, or maybe an anime that reminds you of it, let me know. So that way I can check it out, and maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I'll talk about it. Anyways, folks, I'm the Noob. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you later. Bye.